everybody, and welcome to Championship Wrestling from Florida and the Florida Wrestling Association on the Sunshine Network. I'm Mark Nolte. We've got a great half hour of action for you. Right now, I'm joined by the undefeated Mean Mike Enos. And Mike, no more devastating move in the Florida Wrestling Association than that fall-away slam off the second rope. But what a great match you had with Haggis a few weeks ago. It looked like Haggis, a break here or there, could have beat you.
You know, this kid's really beginning to get to me. I show up here, and a kid in the back parking lot asked me for an autograph. And I said, kid, you know I don't hand out autographs. And he said, well, Enos. Boo-la, boo-la, what's his name?
Haggis.
Almost beat me. Now, did you tell the kid? Who started the rumor? Let's get it straight. The name is Enos. E-N-O-S. Shut up. And I am undefeated. Here, Tokyo, Australia, England, anywhere I go. And if this kid ever comes up in my face and wants to get it on again, this time he won't crawl out of here with a concussion. He'll get hauled out in a stretcher, Hector looking at the light, and he can write "Hi, Mom" on the bottom of his boots. You know why? Because my name is Mike Enos, and I can do it anytime, anywhere, to anybody.
Well, Mike, let me ask you this. And trust me, I ask this with all due respect.
Think about what you're going to ask me.
If you have such an easy match with Haggis, why are you so upset when it's brought up?
Brought up? Let's move on. I'm the biggest fish in this little pond. I want competition. I already beat the kid. Now bring someone else. Because you know what? If I've already beat him once, why in the hell would I want to beat him a second time?
We need to restore some semblance of order. Haggis has hit the ring. We'll be right back right after this.
Introducing first, he hails from South Beach, Miami. Weighs in at 260 pounds. Paul Adonis at 217 pounds. Buck Q. Your referee for this contest is Bruce Owens.
You got two great competitors. There's the bell, and we are underway. First match of the day. And it looks like, actually, this is our second match of the day. We had an unscheduled battle a few moments ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, Mike Enos and Haggis, that's kind of a mismatch here, isn't it?
It looked like those two were going toe-to-toe. Haggis is so quick.
Where's he flying from?
And the one thing we can say about Haggis is he is absolutely not afraid of Mean Mike Enos.
That kid's a warrior. He's going to come at him hard every time. You got these two guys right here, Paul Adonis and Buck Q. These guys both can flat out go. This is going to be a hell of a match.
Also, it's the first appearance by Paul Adonis, but he does come to the FWA ring with a really good reputation. Big body check by Paul Adonis. Buck Q's going to regroup here a little bit. You know, Buck Q, as we mentioned, was Florida State Heavyweight Champion most of last year, and he put that title along the line against everybody. He's got a victory over Tommy Dreamer. He almost came close to beating Steve Carino. He's got a victory over, Chris Candido.
Buck looked outstanding in every one of those matches, much like he's doing right here. I mean, this guy is one of the most talented workers in the state of Florida, hands down.
Absolutely.
Look at the fall-away hip toss. And look how quick Buck Q recovers, takes back over with the arm drag.
I've been the recipient of many of those arm drags. Let me tell you what, Paul Adonis is not in a good spot right now.
Television main event coming up after this, a $10,000 challenge. The Southern Posse putting their money where their mouth is, and they meet the great team of Louis Estrella and Hector Guerrero.
I just want to know how many aluminum cans they had to recycle to raise that kind of dough.
We're not going there, but I know.
More accurately, how many tall packs did they knock out to get those aluminum cans?
That's probably how they put it together, you're right. But, guys, let's talk about you for a few minutes. You know, you guys, first they said it was an open challenge. Then when you said you wanted a shot of the 10 grand, they said no thank you, it wasn't an open. We had to redefine what an open challenge means.
feel very open at all. Bottom line, we came in to take care of business that night. You know, this is supposed to be an open challenge anytime, you know, come one, come all. Here come the bodies, and all of a sudden the Posse don't want to do good business. But is that surprising?
Well, I'll tell you this, Hector Guerrero, Louis Estrella, two really competent veterans. Hector Guerrero especially, you know, a great veteran. That's not going to be a walk in the park for the Posse.
Absolutely not. I mean, you are talking about a lot of years of ring experience there, but you're also talking a lot of years of ring experience on the Posse. But I still don't think either team are a match for the body.
Well, something would be wrong if you weren't supremely confident. Look at the drop kick and the miss by Buck Q.
Nice move by Paul.
Very smart by Paul Adonis. Hooks the rope. And look at the arm drag by Paul Adonis. We talked earlier about Hagesis not being intimidated. Paul Adonis knows what Buck Q's reputation is, and it isn't coming in the ring intimidated either.
Paul, I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of experience himself. This guy's been around. He knows what's going on in there. And I'll tell you what, for a big guy like he is, he can move. Paul's quick.
Well, and he's doing something not a lot of guys try to do, and that's he's trying to wrestle Buck Q.
Yeah, a lot of guys will come in trying to brawl with Buck. Paul's taking it to him. He's wrestling him.
And he hooked the leg. Look at the way Paul Adonis, after he took the advantage, went for the win. That's a mistake a lot of young guys make. Paul Adonis didn't make that mistake.
Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but the name of the game is getting the victory. And if you're not going for pinfalls after you have successful moves, then you're not going to come out on the top end too often.
Correct me if you're wrong, but you're not. Absolutely. I mean, the name of the game is the pin the shoulders to the mat, 1, 2, 3, and it looks like that's what Paul Adonis is going for.
I thought it was pin the tail on the jobber.
Pin the tail on the jobber, pin the shoulders on
Paul
the mat.
Adonis now cinching up on that side headlock.
Cut me off on my promo.
Yes, that is correct. Adonis, it's a good move on him trying to slow the match down. Doesn't want to get into a high-tempo match with Buck Q.
Big tackle. Both of them take a nice bump there.
And coming up after this, we have a very special report on a situation that's going to affect everybody here in the Florida Wrestling Association, particularly fans of Scoot Andrews and Barry Horowitz.
Oh, well, we got to go over those two. I haven't seen Scoot in a while. How's he doing?
It's a special report. We'll be going to that right after this. Both men come to their feet. Look at the quickness of Buck Q. Greco-Roman body drop, and he plants Paul Adonis.
What did you call that?
That is a Greco-Roman body drop.
I think what it is you call whatever move happens to be going on Greco-Roman something.
You know, I've seen old tape of you, Mark Nolte. You once called a Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
Yes, you did.
We haven't seen that tonight, otherwise I would.
The night is young, believe me.
Brother, when I get in the ring, you be on the lookout for the Greco-Roman pull up the tights.
Well, Paul Adonis ends with a Greco-Roman body drop of his own, bridges up.
He is. He's got...
Buck Q at 2 and 7-8. Buck Q on pure instinct. Rolls the shoulder.
Speaking in fractions.
Mark Nolte.
Well, we are in Miami.
Buck Q. Small package. Paul Adonis reverses the inside cradle.
Who was getting pinned there?
What a terrific match. Paul Adonis, Buck Q, pulling out all the stops on both men's FWA debut. Fall away elbow by Adonis. Recovered by Adonis. Buck Q too close to the rope.
On the rope.
He's too smart for that, Mark Nolte.
I think Buck Q rolled to the ropes. That's the veteran instincts of Buck Q.
You know, Buck always knows he's that in the ring. You're never going to catch this guy out of position. You're never going to catch him unaware of his surroundings.
Now Paul Adonis opening up a little bit on Buck Q. It's been a great wrestling match to this point. The reversal by Buck Q. Buck Q sets a Greco-Roman backdrop. 1, 2, and he gets him.
Who got the pin there? Who got that?
That is a wrestling move.
Yes, it is.
Buck
Buck got that pin.
With a Greco-Roman backdrop in the high bridge. That's a great win for Buck Q, but what a great effort by both wrestlers.
Tell you what, here we go. What's Dudley do right to him?
What do we got here?
I have no idea.
Decision. Who's this other ref? He didn't have to do this match. What's he pulling?
I have no idea.
Looks like a graham cracker cluster.
The official referee has declared Buck Q the winner. And is Joey Ska get paid by the appearance? What is this?
Joey what?
Ska, S-K-A. Now it looks like an NFL game when somebody calls for an instant replay. We've got a referee huddle.
I believe they're speaking in sign up there.
It is a draw.
The match is
Boy,
a draw.
Buck Q is not going to be happy with this. Hot draw. Double pin, it's a draw.
That's a miscarriage of justice and a travesty, in my opinion. That's Buck Q's match right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is the rules. A draw. A draw. Ladies and gentlemen, our referee for this contest is Joey Sky. Introducing first, he hails from Havana, Cuba, weighing in at 230 pounds, Luis Estrella, weighing in at 210 pounds, Hector Guerrero.
It's Luis Estrella and Hector Guerrero, and if they're dancing now, they may dance even a lot more later, because they've got a shot at $10,000.
I see Hector dancing. I think Louis just looks a little constipated.
And the voice you hear is out of Casanova, Chris. He is joined, of course, by Vicious Vito of the New Heavenly Body.
By the way, in my expert medical
And
opinion,
their
that's
opponent.
nothing that a little spoonful of Metamucil
They
will clear
hail
up.
from Tuscaloosa,
That's enough of
Alabama,
that, guys.
at a total combined weight of 501 pounds.
I believe it would be the
Gentlemen,
Southern
Rick.
Posse.
Lock up your cousins. I mean, their cousins.
The Southern Posse.
With behemoth Bobby Rogers, I
Boy,
see.
Bobby Rogers. Now they're saved. What a gimmick they got going.
The Southern Posse said that open challenge wasn't nearly as open. Hector Guerrero would like to get this match off to a very fast pace. I don't think Gentleman Rick, snap mare by Hector Guerrero.
The only thing Gentleman Rick does fast is courtesy flush.
Yeah,
And
you know,
Mark's still rocking.
we invited you guys out here for a little bit of qualified analysis.
You know my analysis on the Posse?
Yes.
They suck. We're better. The check is ours. I just hope the damn thing clears.
Well, Hector Guerrero may have other plans, because Hector Guerrero, you seem to be dismissing him, is very dangerous. Luis Estrella's got a lot of experience.
That's very PC, Mark. That's very PC.
Experience at what?
Gentleman Rick makes the quick tag to Sonny T, and Hector Guerrero meets him with an arm drag.
And Sonny's out looking for a hot dog. But I guess Bobby Rogers probably has one for him.
Well, I'm a little surprised to see Bobby Rogers out here.
I'm a little surprised seeing him, too. Our first Mark Nolte impersonation.
Oh, if only it would be the last.
Was it live or was it Memorex?
The question is, what do you guys think Bobby Rogers brings to the team of the Southern Posse?
An extra 293 pounds.
Hector Guerrero, as we desperately try to get back to the action in the ring,
There is no action. Sonny's still outside nursing his wound.
well, without question, the Southern Posse, the bigger, the stronger the team, would like to
There he goes.
leg dive into the fireman's carry, the tag to Luis Estella.
You know, in all seriousness, we're cracking jokes, all that kind of stuff. Bottom line, Hector Guerrero can flat out go. This guy can out-wrestle anybody. And I'm not sure how old Hector is, but he is in phenomenal shape. This guy's been around forever and a day.
And Luis Estella has a lot of experience.
And Luis Estella has a lot of experience. I think Hector tagged with Methuselah at one time. Bottom line, though, Hector can go.
Right now, Luis Estella putting it to Big Sonny T as he locks him up with that rear chin lock.
Big Louis Estella is definitely the ambassador of Huss right now with that rear chin lock on Big Sonny T. And Sonny looks like he's gasping for either air or a cigarette.
Well, let me ask you guys something. This is a tough enough match as it is. Do you get a little bit more nervous? Is the $10,000 while you're in the ring, is that even a distraction?
For us?
Not for you, but for a regular team.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I think so.
We never know what you guys are thinking in or out of the ring.
Well,
There's the
that's a
flash
big
by
thing for
Guerrero.
no, you know what? That is a distraction, bottom line. There's a lot of money at stake right here, and these guys want to get that money. We're independent professional wrestlers. There's no guaranteed contracts here. These guys are busting their tails.
Hector
every
Guerrero,
night.
European forearm uppercut, now directing traffic. Luis Estella, knee up in the corner. And there's the tag, and you've got to be kind of impressed with how smooth Guerrero and Estrella are working together.
A well-lubricated machine.
Very well earled there, Edith.
Right now,
These guys are all over the Posse, man. These guys got them on the ropes. Things are getting a little tight here.
Big Sonny T trying to punch his way out of trouble. There's the tag Gentleman Rick. And the one thing you notice about the Posse, they never lose their composure in the ring, even when they're in trouble. And they are, oh, look at that big European forearm uppercut.
Nasty.
Estrella is opening it up on Gentleman Rick.
I think he's
And
found his
Hector
harmonica.
Guerrero has confiscated Gentleman Rick's harmonica. I have never heard Latin music on a harmonica before.
I believe that was an old Southern folk song called Beat Down.
The Posse
We haven't
are
heard
in
that music
trouble.
either on it.
Estrella and Guerrero looking for the double team, double back elbow.
It's getting a little hairy here, boys. We may have underestimated the team of Guerrero and his staff.
The Posse look flustered, and look at the great advice Bobby Rogers is giving them.
A master tactician or something.
Hector Guerrero now back in the ring. I think Guerrero and Estrella have more tags than the Southern Posse do, and that's something you didn't expect when this match started.
I don't know about that, man. These guys can go. I mean, bottom line, they're good tag team wrestlers with a lot of experience.
Absolutely, but they're not used to teaming with each other.
No, but you know what? When you've been around as long as these guys have and doing it the way they do it, they know what to do. They're going to get in there and click.
And there's another tag by the team of Guerrero and Estrella.
Click, click, boom.
Well, if the Southern Posse took this team lightly, that could be a $10,000 mistake.
Absolutely. And you know what? That'll buy a lot of TV dinners.
Crotch hold lift and body slam by Louis Estrella, and Guerrero and Estrella have this match firmly under control.
You know what? I don't really like what I'm seeing here so far. The Posse better get with it because I got eyes on that check. I hope these two get their heads out of their rear ends and go ahead and pull this match out.
So
Would that be
kind
I
of,
or we?
So you have mixed emotions watching this. On one hand, you have no use for the Posse. On the other hand, Guerrero and Estrella could mess this all up.
We got no use for either one of these teams, to be realistic. But the bottom line, there's 10 grand in hand here. And 10 grand goes a long way. So do I want to see it go to anybody but us? No.
Louis Estrella with the head scissors. Estrella and Guerrero have looked very crisp today.
Like a fresh head of iceberg lettuce.
You know, the way he came out of that last move, it looked like he gave birth to a bouncing baby hick.
Abdominal stretch, a variation. There it is. Locks in the abdominal stretch. And here comes Big Sonny T for the save.
Always can count on Sonny to make the save.
Hector Guerrero comes in without the benefit of the tag. Gee, does that remind you of anybody we know?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Melty.
Now Hector Guerrero almost taunting.
Greco-Roman surfboard type thing.
That was a Greco-Roman chop.
You know, I'm not sure I would have baited Sonny T like that.
Greco-Roman tag out to Louis Estrella.
Not much of a tag, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but you know those Greeks and the Romans are sneaky.
Louis Estrella continuing to work on the neck and shoulder area of Gentleman Rick. And Gentleman Rick's been in the ring a lot longer than we're accustomed to seeing either of the Southern Posse in.
I wish he'd start working more like Lou Costello. I really am getting a little bit nervous about this go here. Come on, Posse, get your act together. We want to see the Posse come out of this with the win. We want the check.
Absolutely.
Whatever Bobby Rogers told them before this match, not working.
No.
Of course, you guys were telling me earlier you do have respect for Bobby Rogers as a manager. Look at the club kick by Hector Guerrero.
Well, he's a good manager and knows a lot of good places to eat. Great to have on the road.
Louis Estrella in again, and they have got the Southern Posse rocking and rolling, and I never thought we'd see this.
Greco-Roman crotch shot.
That may have been in the nether regions.
Been there.
Gentleman Rick trying to fight his way out of trouble.
Good snow skiing in the nether region.
Yes.
And now the Southern Posse with their first double team of the night.
Classic Posse right here, guys. Classic Posse.
And that's the thing that makes the Posse so dangerous.
And I love seeing that nice assertive referee.
Louis Estrella trying to fight their way out of trouble. Estrella back in the corner. There's the tag to Hector Guerrero. There's the tag to Gentleman Rick. Hector Guerrero meets him with a drop kick. Hey, where are you guys going? Here come. For some reason, the new heavenly bodies. For some reason, the new heavenly bodies. And here come the new heavenly bodies in the ring. Here come the new heavenly bodies in the ring. They're going after the Posse. No! They're going after Estrella and Guerrero. They're going after Estrella and Guerrero. What is going on here? The new heavenly bodies are going after Estrella and Guerrero. The new heavenly bodies have no use. The Southern Posse are simply going to walk away $10,000 in hand. The Southern Posse basically took a beating this whole match.
What do you mean took a
But
beating?
they're going to walk away with $10,000.
Still got the money. I don't know about this guy over here.
I am trying to figure out what's going on.
We got all kind of people coming after our $10,000. We hired a fat gut to come out here and watch our back. CG's turn too.
Let's see if we can get some semblance of order restored.
Goddamn, they're still here. Didn't have a shot at that 10 grand. You could have gotten the ring and had a better shot at that 10 grand. The money belongs to the bodies and Big Bobby Rogers.
The challenge has been laid. It's going to be accepted. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.